Rachel, we're back here in the office after the first day of the Southeast Missourian Christmas tournament. You watched 8 basketball games, a lot of basketball today.
Yes.
First, just general impressions. What was it that really stuck out about the first day?
Well, there wasn't, kind of has become a signature in the last few years. There wasn't a lot of really close games. I mean, the game that sticks out maybe is because it's the last game I saw, but Scott City really picked apart Chaffee tonight. I didn't really expect that game to be as lopsided as it was. I don't know that if they play again, when they play again later this season, that it'll be that lopsided this next time. But Scott City, you got to give them credit. They came out and they played really well tonight. So.
When you look at the teams that played today, who were one or two players that maybe exceeded your expectations or did some things that maybe you weren't expecting them to do?
Right. Well, I'm not saying these are the best players, in the whole tournament or anything, but just off the top of my head, the one big one is I hadn't seen Central play this year. And I know I'd heard Drew Church say, or in read that he had said that how much better TJ Tisdale was. And I don't know, I can't really quantify it for you, but it just, watching him play, you could tell he was better. Of course there were, he was already really good. That's the thing about TJ Tisdale.
Right.
He was already really good. It's not like he's some surprise player. We all thought he was going to be really good, and he seems like he's even better than that. Which was great to see. And then tonight, I think the leading scorer of the day ended up being Zach Cotner. Again, I'm talking about Scott City, but I mean, he played really, really well. So you gotta say good job.
It was all the seeds followed the game through.
Right.
There were no upsets. The closest one was Advance Delta tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, what was it that caught your eye about that game?
I don't know that anything especially stuck out about that game. I have to think about it. I think that was the one game we saw a close game down the stretch, and we were able to see, Advance took some pressure in that game from a lower seed team, although it was a 10-7 game, and Delta's had a lot of success this year, at least some. So, the thing is, they didn't execute perfectly all the time. They didn't hit all their free throws, but when you see a team facing, some challenges throughout a game like that, and then to be able to come out and pull it out at the end, that it shows you. It's the cliche word to say character, but I think we know what we mean when we say that. That they were able to pull that out was obviously good for them.
We're gonna head out tonight. We're gonna get some sleep and be back at the Show Me Center bright and early for the 9 a.m. game tomorrow. We're looking forward to it. Thing that you're most looking forward to tomorrow?
Well, I think it's the game that everybody's kind of got their eye on. It's the biggest game is the Scott County Central Leopold game. I think we're going to find out a lot about both of those teams tomorrow. In that, they're both Class 1 teams. They both have had, they're both good. We know that they're good on some level, so it's a matter of we're going to find out a little bit more about how good tomorrow. Can Leopold step up and challenge them? Is Scott County Central ready to make a statement after, they won by a lot of points today, but they didn't really, So I think we'll see, and I don't know what to expect. I've heard a lot of people talking about that game, but that's why we get to go watch. That's what I like to do. I don't like to predict so much.
Sure. Obviously, the other big game is Central Jackson, the last game of the night. That second session of day 2 should be a really fun one to be at.
Yeah, because obviously the Cape Central Jackson always has a lot more going on than just the game. Or at least for the fans. Hopefully we'll get. Hopefully I do enjoy a good matchup between fans. Hopefully the Jungle will show up, and hopefully the Jackson fans will show up as well and really get it after each other a little bit. I like it when they get right to the level where the principals and the people standing in front of them are getting nervous, but not yet, making them stop. So, that'll be fun about that part. That part, and then again, another thing is Scott City Charleston tomorrow. Everybody expects Charleston to win, and they probably will, but with Scott City's other teams, we're gonna find out just how good they are. I know I've talked about them probably too much in this, but I think that's part of the team this year that kind of to watch is like, okay, well now they've made a big step this year, so obviously, just how far are they gonna step ahead? So we'll see.
Sure. All right. Thanks for joining us again. This is our recap of day 1 of the Southeast Missourian Christmas Tournament here on Semoball.com. Please join us again tomorrow. We'll have another update after session number 3. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.